February 2020, huh? February 1st, 2020. Isn't it amazing, huh?
Yes. Hoy es febrero primero del 2020.
Yeah, and on this day of February 2020, we present ourselves. We come here with as the awakened ones of Gnani Purush Dadashri. And
Y hoy
we
nos presentamos aquí como los despiertos de Dadashri.
begin. We begin the three mantra. Let's have Fabiana Briggs sing the three mantra. Fabiana.
Fabiana, ¿querés cantar el trimantra?
Fabiana is frozen. Okay, so let us see. Well, let's try. Let's try this group in.
¿Qué dijo?
Yeah, hi Fabiana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Que si el grupo...
All right, so Jai Sachidan Fabiana, let's have you sing the three mantra, my dear. Fabiana?
Do you want me to sing it or not?
Yeah, sing.
Sí.
Or, yeah, sing. Or recite.
Okay.
Whichever. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Namo Vidragahai Namo Arihantanam Namo Sitanam Namo Ayareyanam Namo Vayanam Namo Loya Savasanam Eso Panchanamukaro Savapavapanashano Mangalanam Shasavesim Pagamahan Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namah Shivaya Namo Vidragaya Namo Arihantanam Namo Sitanam Namo Ayareyanam Namo Vasayanam Namo Loya Savasanam Eso Panchanamukaro Savapavapanashano Namah Shivaya Namo Vidragaya Namo Arihantanam Namo Sanam Namo Ayareyanam Namo Vayanam Namo Loya Eso Panchanamukaro Savapavapanashano Mangalam Shasavesim Paramahan Vai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand.
Wonderful. Patricia?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Shall we continue?
Continuamos.
Yes. We lost Fabiana, but that's fine. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Perdimos a Fabiana.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. That's all right. We got the. Now let us go to the group in Tenerife, and we listen to them recite the 9 columns. 9 columns.
Ahora vamos al grupo de Tenerife y que les pido ayuda si pueden recitar los 9 calamos.
Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar, ni hacer que alguien dañe, ni instigar a nadie a que dañe al ego de ningún ser ni en lo más mínimo. Dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar al ego de ningún ser vivo y para conducir mi habla, mis pensamientos y mis acciones en una manera que sea aceptable para todos. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar, ni hacer que alguien dañe, ni instigar a nadie a que dañe en lo más mínimo la fundación de ninguna religión. Dame la infinita fuerza interior para no dañar ni en lo más mínimo la fundación de ninguna religión y para que yo pueda conducir mi habla, mis pensamientos y mi acción en una manera que sea aceptable para todos. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no criticar, ofender o insultar a ningún monja, sacerdote o líder religioso vivo. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no tener aversión u odios a ningún ser. Dame fuerza para no dar lugar a que nadie odie, ni para instigar a alguien a que odie a ningún ser ni en lo más mínimo. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no hablar de una manera dañina o dura hacia ningún ser vivo, ni en lo más mínimo, ni hacer que alguien lo haga, ni instigar a alguien a que lo haga. Si alguien hablara de una manera dañina o dura, dame por favor la fuerza interior para responderle de una manera suave y amable. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no tener, ni causar, ni instigar a nadie a tener ningún deseo sexual, sentimiento o gesto hacia ningún ser vivo, sea varón, hembra o neutro. Dame la suprema fuerza para permanecer libre de los deseos sexuales para siempre. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para controlar mi excesiva tentación hacia la comida. Dame fuerza para tomar una comida bien equilibrada y completa. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para no criticar, ni ofender, ni insultar a ningún ser, esté presente o no, vivo o muerto, ni a causar que alguien lo haga, ni a instigar a que alguien lo haga. Querido Dada Bhagavan, dame la infinita fuerza interior para convertirme en un instrumento del sendero de la realización del ser en el mundo. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, and namaskars to all the Mahatmas and the Paramatma, the Absolute Self within each one of them, from all of us. Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand. Okay, today we are going to be in the 79th session of the Charan Vidhi, okay?
Please repeat the number because I have a little of interference.
Okay, 70, let me just double check.
Okay.
It is the, yes, it is the, and I will put it in the chat here. It's not coming in the chat for some reason. Okay, let me see again one more time. Let me try that, okay?
Yes.
And see if it will come. No, it's not coming. 79th session of the
Hoy vamos a empezar la sesión 79 del Charan Vidhi.
Yeah, now it comes. It comes a little slowly. All right, there it is in your chat.
Ahora tenemos escrito en nuestro chat y está funcionando un poco lentamente.
We will be coming to that. You see, now as our dear friends in Spain were reciting the ninth column, it just occurred that you see the nature of the mind. It kind of, these are the words of that. The nature of the mind is absolutely contradictory. Okay, the mind is absolutely contradictory. You know. Contradictory.
Claro, dice que la naturaleza de la mente es totalmente contradictoria.
At one time it will
Absolutamente contradictoria.
It will, at one time it will show you this, and another time it will show you that, and another time it will show you that, and another time it will show you this. You see?
Que la mente te va a mostrar en un momento esto, y después te va a mostrar esto, y después te va a mostrar otra cosa, y luego otra.
It's like that. You see, we all know this. You see, for example, we all know this. For example, a man, his mind, a man's mind would tell him to steal $40 from someone. You know, he sees, he steals about $40 from someone, okay? Because his mind prompts him, mind shows him, steal the money. See, so he steals the money.
Probablemente haya un hombre donde su mente le diga que robe y que robe $40.
Now, as you see, and as he's walking on the street, he sees somebody who's poor. You see, he sees a poor man is trying to sell something on the street. You see, you know, for $50, he's trying to steal something.
Y por ahí hay un hombre que es absolutamente pobre y trata de conseguir algo en la calle o robar, y es algo que cuesta 50 centavos.
You see, and then, so he gives, you know, he gives $5 out of that to the man, the poor man, just like this, you see.
Y el que robó los 40, por ahí le da, the one who steals, we give him $5, you said?
Yeah, he gives $5 to the poor man, you see, to the poor man on the street, you see.
Entonces este hombre que robó este hombre que en su mente le dijo que robe $40, encuentra un hombre pobre en la calle que no tiene nada para comer, y le da $5.
And then he goes home and he sees that his sister has been there, and she has been visiting, and she's about to leave, you see. His own sister, you see, you know. And so he gives the $35 to his sister, you see. You see? See how contradictory the mind
Va a
is?
su casa y su hermana lo visita. Su hermana lo visita y él le da $35 a su hermana. Entonces, esto nos muestra cuán contradictoria es la mente.
So Dada tells him, hey you, why did you steal if you wanted to give it all away?
Entonces Dada dice, tú, ¿por qué robaste? Si al final viste todo lo que habías robado.
You say, why did you incur a fault if you're all going to give it away? You see, so take here and just give it. This is the nature of the mind. You see, this is the nature of the mind.
Entonces Dada dice, ¿para qué robaste si después no te quedas con el dinero y lo entregas? $5 a tu padre, 35 a tu hermana, ¿para qué lo robaste, no? Sí, lo diste todo.
We should know this contradictory, jumping nature of the mind that is not ours. It is not our mind. Before we used to call it ours, now we know that this is how the mind is, you see.
La esencia de la mente es una esencia saltarina, ¿no? Como va cambiando todo el tiempo. Y esto es algo que es de la mente, nosotros no somos la mente, pero es muy bueno saber cómo funciona la mente.
So, so this is why it is good to periodically give some specific role to the mind to perform. In other words, periodically give this mind who is a monkey, give it some food, you see. You don't let it sit idle. Okay, go ahead and come on, let us do the 9 columns. Let us do something. Let us do this. Engage the mind in something positive. You see.
Es muy bueno para esto darle un rol a la mente, darle trabajo, vamos a leer los 9 calams, comprometer a la mente con algo positivo.
Yeah, this is
¿no?
this is how but first know the contradictory nature of the mind. You see, it is important to know that the mind is contradictory. You see, it is unreliable. You cannot rely on this mind and what the mind shows.
Lo primero es saber cómo es la naturaleza de la mente. Y la naturaleza de la mente es absolutamente contradictoria. Y al estar cambiando lo que nos muestra, tampoco es confiable.
And our Gnani Purush Dadashri has given us this very beautiful formula, which is this: VVPS. V for the first V is for Vidhi, you see, and then the second V is for Vachan. Vachan means reading, you see, and the third Vidhi is for Pratikraman, and the fourth Vidhi is for Samayik, you see.
Acá el Gnani nos dio algo muy lindo, que es de B corta, P, S. La primera B es de Vidhi, la segunda es Vachan, que es leer, la P es de Pratikraman y la S de Samay.
Yes, so this is something. This is good. You see, this is engaging the mind, taking the mind away from mischief, you see. The mind is like a monkey, you don't know where it might land, you see. The mind, if it is not given any food, either it may waste your precious time in this body, or it might land in the wrong place. Yes, it might take you in the wrong place.
Este es un ejercicio fundamental para hacer, porque entonces le estamos dando un trabajo, un rol a la mente, para que esté en un rol positivo. Conocer que si no, la mente va a ser como un mono que puede llegar a llevarnos a un lugar equivocado.
Yeah, it takes only 1 hour. You see, if you give 15 minutes each, it takes 15 minutes to read this Charan Vidhi, the important part of the Charan Vidhi. And it takes another 15 minutes to do, open up anything, any book of Dada and just read for 15 minutes. You see? Yeah.
En 1 hora podemos hacer el Vidhi, podemos leer, y podemos hacer samaik y podemos hacer practicama. Y solamente nos llevaría 1 hora para que la mente se comprometa con lo positivo.
And then it takes, you see, then another 15 minutes to do the pratikraman for any pain caused to anyone during the day. You see?
Y después podemos hacer practicama para haber causado algún dolor por otros 15 minutos.
And if you have not hurt anyone during the day, then do pratikraman for missing any of the agnas of our Dada's agnas. Did you miss any agna today? You see?
Cuando empezamos a hacer el practicama, vemos que no hemos causado dolor a nadie o sufrimiento. Podemos hacer samaik para ver si perdimos algún agna durante el día.
The commonest agna that you will miss is the agna number 3. You see, did you become a doer? You see, some other entity, scientific circumstantial evidence is as the doer, but you become the doer. I did this and I did that, and I know how to do this and I know how to do that, etc. So that is a commonest agna that we miss during the end of the day. So you say, okay, all right. Now let us look at who did all of these things today. You see?
El poder ver si perdimos algún agna, por lo general la que perdemos normalmente es el agna número 3, que es el agna del hacedor, ¿no? Yo hice esto, yo hice aquello, o yo sé, y podemos ver quién realmente hizo.
And then you see, so it's easy to fill those 15 minutes, you see. Yeah. Those 15 minutes that are allotted to pratikraman, you see. And then the final 15 minutes are for samaik, you see. You look at the small self called Damian, Mamen, Gabriel, Evangelina, etc. And when you are seeing Damian, you are the knower, and Damian is the entire Damian is in front of you. The entire Magi is in front of you. You see, you are the knower, and Magi becomes that which is to be seen. What's going on inside her? What's going on inside Damian? You see, that's all simple. Just you don't have to do anything. Just simply see what's going on. You see?
Y el samadhi también es muy simple, es mirar a Damián, a Maggie, mirar al relativo y saber que nosotros somos los que conocemos o vemos al total Damián, al total Maggie, y poder ver qué es lo que está pasando dentro de Damián, dentro de Maggie. Nosotros somos los que observamos y conocemos.
You see, whatever is unresolved, whatever is pending, whatever needs to be looked at will be there in front of you. You just will be there. See, Samaik means to see without, to see as it is, you see.
Samadhi quiere decir ver cómo es. Entonces, cuando estamos viendo, estamos observando, estamos viendo qué es lo que pasa dentro nuestro, qué es lo que está pendiente, qué es lo que está sin resolver.
What a beautiful division of 15, 15, 15 minutes each in 4 quarters. So you have 1 hour that has passed in amazing utilization of 60 minutes, you see.
Es fácil y es hermoso poder tener estos 15 minutos para Vidhi, para leer, para practicar y para el Samadhi. Y estos 60 minutos son maravillosos para trabajar.
Life passes on. When we say life passes on, what do we really mean? Life doesn't pass. Time in this body is passing. So, tick, 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 like this. You know, and the time is passing. What's happening to you? It really doesn't matter what is. It's not happening to me. I want to see what is happening to Cecilia, or what is happening to Sandra, or Evangelina, or Fabiana. That's what I want to see. I want to see what is happening to Sandra or to Yaya. You see, I want to see that, you see. I want to see.
Dicen que la vida pasa, pero es el tiempo que pasa para Cecilia, para Fabiana, para Evangelina. Y lo importante es poder ver y observar qué es lo que pasa dentro de ellos cuando el tiempo pasa.
Yeah. I want to see what is happening. I want to see what is happening. To see that which is happening is called upayog. You see, it is upayog. You see, just to see.
Lo que yo quiero ver qué está pasando, qué está sucediendo. Y querer ver qué está sucediendo se llama upayoga.
Yeah, it is Shuddha Upayog. It's pure utilization of my and your energies of the knowing, seeing energies. Knowing, seeing energies, you see.
De esto se trata de ver y conocer, observar y conocer.
There is a very beautiful phrase, okay? In our, it is called Gnan Kriya. Gnan Kriya, okay? Gnan Kriya. You are familiar with this. You see, what is Gnan Kriya? Activity of knowledge, you see, Gnan Kriya. Activity of knowledge, Gnan Kriya.
Este es el uso puro de la energía, el poder ver y observar es Gnan Kriya, es la actividad
Yeah, it is the
del
activity of knowing.
conocimiento.
Yeah, activity of knowing, not activity of observing, activity of knowing.
Gnan Kriya es la actividad del conocimiento.
Yes, activity. You see, darshan kriya means activity of seeing. You see,
Y el
activity.
Darshan Kriya es la actividad de observar.
Activity of seeing, activity of understanding what is going on, activity of understanding. See, that is called darshan kriya. Activity, darshan kriya, gnan kriya. So I've given you two phrases.
El Darshan Kriya es la actividad de observar.
Yeah, and otherwise known as activity of understanding. You see, not just.
O actividad de entendimiento.
You see, first you have to, when you see something, you're not just seeing it like a blank person. When you see something, that seeing should lead to some understanding. You have to understand what is it that you're seeing. See, the understanding arises. You see.
A partir del Darshan Kriya, que es la actividad de observar, el poder observar nos permite poder entender. Si no observáramos, no nos lleva al entendimiento.
Yeah, okay. So, like you're standing at a busy airport, and there people are going in so many different directions, you see. You don't, excuse me, and you don't know which way to go, you see. You're confused. Where do I go? This way or this way? Where is my flight? Which flight do I have to, which way do I go? Which gate do I go to? See?
Por ejemplo, en el aeropuerto hay un montón de gente que está en movimiento en diferentes direcciones y yo estoy allí, no sé para dónde tengo que ir, en qué puerta, en qué pasillo, hacia dónde tengo que estar dirigiéndome.
So then you stand in front of a board, and you see all the flights are being announced. You see what's happening to this flight, what's happening to this flight, which gate, is it on time, etc. Right?
Hasta que nos encontramos con la cartelera de todos los vuelos que dice qué pasa con cada vuelo, a qué hora, en qué puerta está sucediendo.
Yeah, so do you just see the board and just stand there? You see, nothing is happening. The observation is is specific. You have to say, now you find out. You look at your boarding card, and then you say, my flight number 555 is 555, gate number this. You see, so now you understand that your flight is going to go from gate number so and so. You see, now your understanding has arisen. You see, by looking at the board. You see.
Bueno, entonces encuentro el cartel donde se anuncian todos los vuelos, miro mi pasaje, mi tarjeta de embarque y veo que encuentro el vuelo y mi número y me fijo en la cartelera y observo que mi número, si es 555, me corresponde la puerta del 10, por ejemplo. Entonces, al observar, puedo entender a dónde tengo que ir.
You just don't keep sitting in your seat, wondering what you have to do. You see, the understanding arises. Understanding is given when you look in the right direction and you see, that is where the flights are being announced. So you have to look at that particular board. You can't keep on looking in all different directions. It's not going to get you anywhere.
Por ejemplo, si estás, estás en el aeropuerto y te quedas sentado porque no sabes a dónde ir, no, eso no te va a ayudar, pero es aprender a buscar en el lugar correcto para poder entender a dónde hay que ir o qué es lo que...
So by looking at the board, you see, you get the understanding that this will give me information. Then by looking at your specific flight, you get the information. Now you have received, now the activity of the knowledge starts. Aha, gate number 12. I have to go to gate number 12, you see. So now Gnan Kriya started. The activity of knowledge arose from vision, from first vision, then the activity of knowledge, you see.
Por ejemplo, una vez que me encuentro en la cartelera, puedo ver mi vuelo, cuál es el vuelo especial, el mío, que corresponde para que yo tome. Veo que mi puerta es la puerta 12. Lo que está sucediendo es que la Shankriya es la observación de esta cartelera, me da el entendimiento de dónde tengo que dirigir.
And the final one is conduct kriya. You see, now just because you know that you have to go to gate number 12, you know, just now you know you have to go to gate number 12. But what is needed now? You will have to walk towards gate number 12, and that is called the conduct kriya. You know, you start walking towards gate number 12, you see. So now, just because you know it's not going to arrive, you just can't stand there, you see. Now you have to get going, you see. Go to. That's called conduct kriya.
Y la tercera es, bueno, ahora ya tengo toda la información y entendí. Miré la cartelera, entendí y que tengo que ir a la puerta 12. Ahora tengo que caminar hasta la puerta 12. Ya con toda la información, ahora tengo que caminar hacia la puerta 12.
So you see, this is an age-old. Okay, this is an age-old phrase in the Indian scriptures. Gnan kriya bhyam moksha. Gnan kriya bhyam moksha. Okay. Oh, wait a minute here. I have to. All right. Gnan kriya bhyam moksha means if I following the Gnan leads to liberation. You see, this is following the Gnan leads to liberation. You see, but following the Gnan activity. You see, Gnan activity leads to moksha, to liberation. See, Gnan activity, right?
El Gnan Kriya Moksha es que esto está en las antiguas escrituras hindúes. Dice que seguir el Gnan te lleva a la liberación, pero seguir el Gnan es seguir en la actividad del Gnan lo que te lleva a la liberación o moksha.
You see, say, let me give you another example. There are two bottles, you see. Two bottles.
Vamos a ver otro ejemplo donde hay dos botellas.
Front of you. Two bottles in front of you. One labeled as poison. One labeled as vitamins. Okay. Right? Two labeled. You have two bottles in front of you. One. Okay, excuse me. Hold on. Okay, carry on. I'll be right back. I need to open this door. Okay.
Acá estaba dando el ejemplo de que, por ejemplo, hay dos botellas enfrente nuestro, y una de las dos están etiquetadas, y una etiqueta dice veneno y la otra dice vitaminas. Gracias, Fabi, por el apoyo, porque pierdo la voz, en algunos momentos no escucho bien.
Está difícil.
Yo, sí.
Oh, I see. The chocolates.
Hey, Yubi! Hey, Satchitanand!
Jai Satchitanand!
Jai Satchitanand.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you too.
Jai Satchitanand. Enjoy satsang. Okay?
Well, yeah, okay.
Make the other light and this flaming, this one.
This one's okay, whatever you want to do.
This is because of
Okay,
the
all
light.
right, okay,
Well,
all
I
right.
make a different light.
Okay, whatever you can. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right. So, Gabriel. Okay, can you hear me, Patricia?
Perfect.
It's a little too much, a little less. Okay, all right. Okay, great. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yes. So you see this, there are two bottles. One is labeled poison, the other one is labeled vitamins, you see. Now we see them, and seeing them is the Gnan, is the darshan kriya, it is the vision kriya, it is the understanding kriya. The knowledge, understanding, you understand that if you touch the poison bottle, it can kill you, you see.
Por ejemplo, si nosotros estamos viendo las dos botellas que tienen etiquetas de vitaminas y de veneno, nosotros tuvimos el darshan kriya, que es el poder observar, y también esta observación nos trae el entendimiento, y sabemos que la botella que dice veneno no sirve. Esto nos trae el entendimiento de que la botella de veneno puede matarnos.
And therefore, if you don't touch the poison bottle, don't touch it. The understanding is not enough, but it's the knowledge says that this leads to death, this other one leads to vitality. You say this other one nourishes me, this other one kills me, or then that becomes your knowledge, you see. So now that knowledge is Gnan Kriya, you see. So combination of understanding and knowledge, you see, is there now.
Entonces la mezcla del entendimiento y del conocimiento, ¿no? El entendimiento y el conocimiento nos lleva a poder saber que si tomamos la botella de veneno nos va a matar, y que la botella de vitamina nos va a nutrir y a fortalecer.
And the
ver el ejemplo y la combinación del entendimiento y el conocimiento nos lleva a poder tomar las decisiones.
Yeah, so So this combination of both is called Gnan Kriya, and to follow your ex, the knowledge is called the experience, you see, whereas the understanding is the vision, the darshan, the vision is called the understanding. So understanding and experience. Your understanding and experience leads to conduct, whatever your conduct is, you see.
La combinación de la experiencia y el conocimiento es lo que nos conduce.
Yes, so the understanding and the knowledge leads, and if you don't touch poison and you touch the vitamin bottles, then your conduct is exact. And this is an example in the relative. You see, this is an example that is universally applicable in every activity that is in front of us. You see, this you follow your knowledge, you follow your understanding and your experience. You see, follow your understanding and your experience.
Saber que podemos elegir las vitaminas que nos nutren y nos fortalecen es una conducción, es exacto, nos conduce. Entonces el entendimiento y el conocimiento nos conduce. Y como ejemplo de poder ver en estas vitaminas, esto es aplicable a ser conducidos en cualquier situación.
And so the small g Gnan is relative knowledge, and the large G capital Gnan, you see, capital Gnan, you see, is real knowledge, knowledge of the Amapura, you see.
El Gnan con G minúscula tiene que ver con lo relativo. Y el Gnan con mayúscula tiene que ver con lo real.
And this G capital Gnan, therefore, arises through this understanding, the darshan that arises in the Gnan Vidhi, that also soyam apura, and I'm absolutely separate from this mind, which is like a monkey, and I'm absolutely separate from all of this that is in front of me. You see, now following the darshan, the vision of the self, and the knowledge that is associated with the self, your conduct, you go in the direction of moksha. You see, you're going in the direction of liberation. You see.
El Gnan con mayúsculas es el conocimiento real, es el conocimiento de que soy alma pura, de que estoy separada de mi mente, que es como un mono, y de todo lo que está allí enfrente de mí. Estoy absolutamente separada de eso. Y este conocimiento nos lleva a la liberación y a moksha.
So applying the understanding as the self and the knowledge of the self, you see, knowledge as the self, you see, the conduct comes naturally. Therefore, the conduct is the natural consequence. You see, it's the natural path. You see, the natural consequence. You see, conduct as the self comes automatically. You see.
El conocimiento del ser trae la conducta, y la conducta viene en forma natural, es una consecuencia del conocimiento del ser.
Yeah, that is called Atma Charitra, you see, and that is when you become the pure knower, a pure seer and knower, you see, of what is going on, you see. You just continue to see. Therefore, you continue to understand and you continue to experience. The more you understand, the more you see, the more you understand, the more your experience as the self, and therefore you are the self, you see. S capital self.
Eh, Ser el puro conocedor, el puro observador es Atma Charita. Y dice que cuanto más podemos ver, cuanto más podemos entender, más vamos a estar experimentando a nuestro ser puro.
So here we are, you see, here we are. This is a very beautiful, simple, practical examples that our Dada has given us with reference to two bottles, you see, two bottles, poison and vitamins, you see. One kills, one nourishes, you see. In the same way, everything in life that comes in front of us, through our life after life experiences, we know that this is detrimental to us, this damages us, this pulls us down, you see. And this other one vitalizes us and energizes us, you see. You see, the choice is not difficult then, is it?
Dada nos da, con este simple ejemplo de las dos botellas del veneno y de las vitaminas, un profundo y simple ejemplo. El veneno mata y las vitaminas nutren. Y todo lo que viene en la vida de todas las vidas que tuvimos, son cosas que nos pueden matar o nos pueden nutrir, nos pueden, como el veneno y las vitaminas. Entonces el conocimiento, el observar, es lo que nos permite poder elegir.
To go against what is outlined in the 9 columns that was recited by our friends in Tenerife. To go against what was recited by our friends in Tenerife is to really take a sip from the bottle of the poison. You see, you know it's poisonous. You know it is slow death. You know it is prolongation of pain, you see. So you learn not to take a sip from the bottle, the poison. You don't go there.
Ir en contra de lo que recitaron desde Tenerife, ir en contra de los 9 calams, es veneno, es elegir el veneno. Y esto lo que nos lleva es a una prolongación del dolor y es aprender que el veneno nos lleva a sufrir.
So my friends, we'll take a little break. We take a break and then we come back to our Charan Vidhi. We will come back to the portion of the Charan Vidhi that I have already shared with you. You see, and so how long a break do you want, Patricia?
¿Cuánto tiempo de recreo quieren? 5 o 10 minutos.
5 or 10?
10 minutos de recreo.
10. Okay, 10. Okay, Damian says 10. So we'll be back in 10 minutes, huh? All right.
Okay, en 10 minutos volvemos. Thank you, Shuddha.
Y eso no hay bolsa de recibo, nada más por agua.
¿Cómo andás, corazón? Estoy usando el teléfono para el Zoom. Después te llamo cuando termino. Besito, corazón.
Muy bien, qué bien que la atendiste.
¿Se escuchó?
Sí, pero no pasa nada. La otra vez así fue que metimos la pata, ¿viste? Que yo te decía, te mandé un coso y salió todo por el... En posada salió todo por pantalla y me puteaban todo y yo digo, pero si eso fue personal, vos habías dejado todo así. Qué loco, Patri, vos sabés que estaba como tratando de hacer un cambio con algunas cosas que, digamos las resistencias, ¿no? Ponele así, que yo le podría poner ese tope, pero cosas como que vengo arrastrando y no estoy conforme, ¿viste? Como diciendo, esto no me genera un cambio, estoy sufriendo. ¿Qué mierda es eso? Y eso que voy a terapia y mejoré un montón de descubrir, ¿viste? Pero, y uno de los cambios hablaba de las etapas, ¿no? Como que uno baja, sube, ¿qué le pasa? Y esto que él está hablando complementa mucho. A veces yo me preguntaba, yo necesito como un poco más de respuestas para poder atajarme por cómo será mi mente, qué sé yo, ¿no? Y esto está buenísimo, porque me reía porque es lo mismo que estoy leyendo hace una semana con el proyecto de generar un cambio en lo emocional y en lo mental, porque no hay motivos para no hacerlo, solamente me tengo que ocupar, me tarde lo que me tarde, ¿viste?
Claro.
Pero he estado tan perfecto.
Es así, Shuddha. Es así, Shuddha. ¿No? Él siempre viene con la letra.
¿Estás viendo lo que te muestro?
Oye,
¿Estás viendo?
Sí.
Lo acabo de pintar mientras él va hablando. Desde nada, ¿no? Estaba todo en blanco.
Mira qué loco. Hermoso, hermoso.
Porque yo quería, o sea, una vio esto, me la pidió, y dije, yo nunca hice una copia de lo que hice. Bueno, hoy traté de hacer de una copia de lo que hice. Faltan los labios, arreglar cosas.
Está hermoso. Está hermoso, Sil. Sos una pintora de aquella.
Bueno, gracias, pero eso de aquella.
No,
le veo muchos defectos.
Es hermoso lo que haces. Y es lo tuyo, cada cual tiene su impronta.
Sí.
Y mira,
la ayuda.
Mira un Picasso, todo, bueno, un Dalí.
Yeah, it's good artwork.
Acá una Silvi, ¿viste?
Claro.
Sylvie, good artwork. Good,
Claro.
Good, yeah. Anything, good artwork.
Me voy a acostar.
Chao, anda tranquila.
Sí, porque me voy a acostar, no vemos.
Shall we proceed, Patricia?
Yes, ready.
Okay.
Bueno, seguimos con el satsang.
Uy, somos 23. Somos 43.
We are Sylvia saying we are 43 in satsang.
43 in satsang. Okay. Good. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Yes. More. All with Dada, our Gnani Purush, which is what we need, you see. All with Dada, our Dada.
Esto estamos todos con Dada y es lo que necesitamos.
Yeah.
Es todo lo que necesitamos, estar con Dada.
All right,
Patricia, ¿te puede escuchar un poquito más fuerte?
Ahora me escuchás mejor. ¿Me escuchás mejor?
What is she saying?
Un poquito mejor.
Okay. No, she is asking me to talk louder.
Okay. All right. Now, so I'm going to share this Charan Vidhi part. And
ahora nos vamos a ver una parte del Charan Vidhi.
And we are in the last paragraph of Charan Vidhi. I would like for you, Patricia, to read the first sentence, first up this, all of this, read it all over, read it up to here, read it up to, can you see it in blue or do you see it only in black and white?
Yes, I see it in blue, perfect. The blue part, I read.
Okay, so just read, read the top part, begin from the top, and when you come to the blue part, top part once and then the blue part 3 times, okay?
Yes. Oh universalmente adorado y completamente manifestado Shuddha Bhagwan. Deja que tu divino satsani more constantemente en mí. Deja que tu divino conocimiento me mantenga alerta y consciente del ser puro a cada instante. Establece en mí el conocimiento de que tanto las circunstancias de tipo grosero como las sutiles, así como las circunstancias del habla, están separadas de mí y que todas ellas dependen de factores externos a mí. Dame la fuerza para no interferir con el orden natural de las cosas. Dame la fuerza para no interferir con el orden natural de las cosas. Dame la fuerza para no interferir con el orden natural de las cosas. Continue reading?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Whole paragraph?
No, this much, because we are going to focus on this sentence that is in the blue, you see?
Okay, thank you.
And in Gujarati, this is, here it starts with, just to make it complete, the original. Sthooda sanyogo, sookshma sanyogo, vani na sanyogo, chhe, aney paraadhin chhe, Gnan, maara, hridaya vishey, sansthapit raho. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this and come back to here. We have it in the chat. And we begin to go deeper into this a little bit. There is the gross or the evident or the visible to the 5 senses, you see, to the 5 senses. That which is evident and visible to these 5 senses, that is called gross, the gross, the visible, you see, and sanyog is made up of 2 words. Yoga, okay. That means it is the coming together, the joining, coming together or joining, you see. Yoga means to join, coming together, that which comes together.
Okay.
You see?
Vamos a estar viendo la primera parte que dice todo aquello que es grosero, visible, al de los 5 sentidos, ¿no? Y la palabra es sanyogo y yo quiere decir que vienen juntos o que se juntan.
Yeah, this
Y es, perdón, esto es todo lo que viene juntos y es visible a los 5 sentidos.
So that which is, somebody comes at the door, you see, and it says, you go answer the door, this is visible. This is a, you open the door, there is a gentleman there. This is a visible circumstance, you see. It's a visible circumstance. You go there, he comes in front of you, it's visible, and then after a while, you talk to him and then he goes away. So that which came together now dissipates, you see, coming together. And then coming together is the association of this, that which is in front of you, and then the dissipation, the association and the dissipation.
I lost the last part, Shuddha.
Yeah,
The last part. It comes together and
then it dissipates, you see.
Okay.
Then it dissipates,
Okay.
you see.
I got it. Esto a lo que se está refiriendo sobre lo grosero o visible a los 5 sentidos, es que y sanyoga que vienen juntos o se juntan, es el ejemplo sería, por ejemplo, alguien viene y toca tu puerta, vas, abres la puerta y viene un señor, esto es visible, hablo con el señor y luego el señor se va. Esto es el ejemplo de que algo viene, se juntan, viene, hablan y luego se va. Se asocia, con esto de que viene todo junto, quiere decir que se asocian y luego al momento en que se va, se disocia, se disipa.
See, everything, you see, this is the visible, you see. This is the visible. It is visible to the 5 senses, you see. It is visible, evident. So you shake hands with a gentleman, it becomes visible, you know. Hello, how are you? You see, it's the touch, all right? Or it may be something that he offers you and say, here, we are celebrating, I want you to have a piece of chocolate, you see. And we are celebrating, so, you know, it becomes a taste, you see, in the mouth. Or there is a fragrance. Yeah.
Por ejemplo, lo visible es que tengo un trato, es visible para los sentidos. Entonces, por ejemplo, este hombre que toca la puerta, yo puedo darle la mano, lo estoy tocando, lo estoy viendo, lo estoy escuchando, puedo estar regalándome un chocolate por una celebración, y pruebo el chocolate tiene un sabor, tiene un gusto, y todo esto involucra a los sentidos.
Or he may be wearing a strong aftershave, you know, and you opening the door, you know, the wind brings in smell of his aftershave to you, you see. So this smell, you know.
Y puede ser que también se haya afeitado y puesto una colonia para después de afeitarse, y cuando abro la puerta también puedo oler su perfume.
No, he's got a beautiful, handsome face with a beard, you see, you know. The eyes register the face, you see. The eyes register the face, you see.
Podemos estar viendo también que es una persona que es atractiva, que tiene lindos ojos.
And then he says something to you in the voice, you see.
Y también puede estar diciendo algo y su voz nos toca o nos conmueve.
All this is sanyogo. It came together. Nothing lasts. That which comes together, which is by its very nature prone to, that which associates, is by its very nature going to dissipate, you see. It's going to dissipate. It's going to go away, you see.
Entonces, esto que vino, que sucedió todo junto, donde todos nuestros sentidos se involucraron, es la aparición de este hombre que viene con todas estas, con toda esta situación de hablar, de darnos la mano, del chocolate, del olor, de su atractivo, y todo esto que viene junto, también luego se disipa. Todo lo que sucede, luego se disipa. Todo lo que viene junto, luego se disipa.
Now, the subtle sanyogo, you know, you close the door and you sit down, and now the subtle circumstance takes over, you see. You sit down and, you know, your mind and your chit is occupied by what you saw and what you heard, you see. And what you tasted, and you are lingering there, you're saying, wow, how handsome, what a wonderful gentleman, etc., etc. You see, now it is subtle circumstance. He's gone, but the subtle circumstances are still lingering on inside you see.
Bueno, esto que estuvimos viendo es lo visible y lo evidente. Ahora, cuando este hombre se va, lo sutil sucede. ¿Y qué es eso? Es que cuando se va, la mente y el chip se quedan en lo que vieron, en cómo olía este hombre, en el sabor del chocolate, en el tacto de su mano, en lo lindo que era.
And it just goes on. What a strong handshake, you see,
Y continuamos así, dice, qué fuerza que tiene cuando me dio la mano, cuando estrechamos manos.
What a beautiful smile, you see, it just goes on and on, you see.
Y así nos quedamos pensando, qué hermosa sonrisa, y todo eso. I don't know what are you talking about.
Yes. And then, you see, this is subtle circumstance, and then the circumstances of speech. It's a circumstance of speech, you see. Yes, what you said and what he said, and the circumstances of words coming together,
Y después aparecen las circunstancias del habla, de qué es lo que me dijo, de qué es lo que le dije.
It's so complex that, it was just a doorbell, you went to answer, and then all of this gross, evident, open circumstance, subtle circumstance, and circumstance of the speech, you see, came together, and they do dissipate, but they leave impressions inside, subtle circumstances, you see, but they are modified by what's going on inside you too, and modified by what's going on inside him too. So it's so complex, you see, so complex.
Esto es muy complejo, porque primero sucede lo que es evidente para los 5 sentidos. Una vez que lo evidente, lo visible termina, se disipa, esto deja impresiones en lo sutil. Nos quedamos pensando en todo lo que pasó. Pero también esto, quedarnos pensando que nuestra mente y nuestro chip se habían quedado en cómo olía, cómo hablaban, la fuerza, la sonrisa, lo hermoso. Después nos deja impresiones sobre lo que sucedió. Y viene estas impresiones que nos dejó, nosotros las condimentamos con lo que nos parece, ¿no? Como en estas impresiones.
Yeah, this is the gross circumstances are visible to the 5 senses, and the subtle circumstances are what is going on inside. There may not be a doorbell, but you see, sometimes there are independent subtle circumstances happening within you. They're all coming together. You see that, subtle circumstances are associated with what's going on in the inner machine. You see, antahkaran, the inner machine.
Todas estas circunstancias sutiles que aparecen y que por ahí nos dejan impresiones, y en estas impresiones por ahí están nuestras opiniones de qué fue lo que sucedió. La mente, el chip, el intelecto y el ego hace que estemos manteniéndonos
even the speech, you see, the speech may be evident or open, or it may be unspoken.
Pues las palabras pueden ser dichas o no dichas. También nos quedamos enganchados con eso. Maybe all this is like we create a story about what we think it happened.
Yeah, it's happening.
Mind create a story.
It is all happening inside. This is what Dada is trying to tell us in this sentence, you see. Gross circumstances, subtle circumstances, and circumstances of the speech are of the non-self, are of the non-self, you see. Para means non-self, you see. They are not of the self, they are not mine. It is happening, you see. It's happening. Means.
Acá Dada lo que está tratando de decirnos y para entender es que las situaciones groseras, evidentes, después trae circunstancias sutiles y después trae las circunstancias de las palabras, ¿no? Y todo esto pertenece al no ser.
Yeah, these are happening in the body complex, the non-self complex of Christian, Evangelina, Mom, and or Sandra, Mercedes, Maggie. This is happening in the non-self, you see, in the Prakriti. In the Prakriti.
Esto le sucede a todos. Le sucede a Mamen, Evangelina, Patricia, a todos. Y esto es del no ser, esto sucede en el Prakriti.
Yeah, that which was created in the last life and is now right there and as a relative neighbor in front of me. It's not happening to me. It is happening outside me, in front of me. You see?
Todo esto del Prakriti tiene que ver con lo externo, es una causa de una vida pasada. Y ahora esto es un efecto, y este efecto está pasando fuera de mí.
Yeah, it's a fabulous sentence. It is a magnificent sentence. You see, it is. This sentence is a final sentence in this Charan Vidhi. You see, it is in the term. It's in the end part of this Charan Vidhi. Everything that is happening is happening outside me and is under the control of some other energy. Per chhe and paraadhin chhe. Paraadhin means is dependent on something else, dependent and governed by an external force. You see, external force, not within me, not inside me, not up to me. It is not in my control.
Todo lo que sucede es fuera de mí y depende de una energía externa. Depende o es gobernado por una energía externa.
Yeah, paraadhin chhe. Paraadhin means it is under the authority and the governance of an external force and energy. It is not under my domain. It is not under my domain. It is not mine and under not my domain. You see, it is not mine and it is not under my control. Go on.
Paraadhin quiere decir que esto que sucede depende o está gobernado por una energía externa, fuera de mí. No está bajo mi dominio ni mi control. Todo lo que sucede.
And he says, all of this is Gnan. All of this that has just been stated, all of this is Gnan. You see, is this Gnan? You see, this is the Gnan. You see, this is the knowledge This is the knowledge.
Y todo esto es el Gnan con mayúsculas. Gnan, todo esto es el Gnan, todo esto es el conocimiento.
When you say that this Gnan become permanently established in my heart, you are essentially saying that let this become my experience. This is my experience because this is your experience, my Lord. This is your experience. And therefore, I too want to have that experience, you see. I want to be in that experience, you see.
A veces decimos, este conocimiento, este Gnan está en mi corazón. Quiere decir que esta es mi experiencia, es la experiencia del Lord. Y por eso es que quiero estar en este conocimiento.
Yeah, this is very, very critical because it is highly linked to the next sentence, you see. It is highly linked to this next sentence, and that is, let me share that with you. And it is linked with this sentence. So read the next sentence, you see.
Yes. Dame la fuerza para permanecer como el conocedor y el observador. Solo busco tu gracia y tu compasión.
Okay. Where is the compassion word coming in? It's not supposed to come in. Okay. Okay. The sentence is Dakho dakhal karu nahi tevi shakti apo. Then it stops. Grant me the energy not to interfere. That's all. Okay. All right.
Dame la energía para no intervenir en el orden natural de las cosas.
Where does it say? Where is that sentence?
Before what I read,
Where is that sentence? You see this.
That not to interfere.
Yeah, where
in
is that?
Fourth line.
Oh, I see. It's been joined.
Yes.
It's been.
Dame la fuerza.
It's not supposed to be joined. It's this one here. There should be right here. There should be a 3. You see, and then this one here is a next independent sentence with another 3 times. Do you see what I'm saying? This.
Yes.
Okay, so can you correct that, or just make sure that
there? We repeat 3 times, and then we go on with the next, and 3 times too.
Yeah, this one here, you see, so I see, you people, you connected both the sentences. Right, yes. You see, okay, you see, because this is what we just mentioned, you see, is an independent sentence of the Gnan Vidhi, Charan Vidhi, you see, this is up until here. Yeah.
Esta es una oración que es totalmente independiente del Charan Vidhi y es lo que él acaba de marcar en azul.
Yeah, you see, okay, you see what I'm saying? This, because Shakti Apo, it like, grant, let it be permanently established in my heart. That part is not part of the Gnan Vidhi, but everything else is exactly as it is in the Gnan Vidhi, the first sentence. You see, the gross circumstance, the subtle circumstance, and circumstances of the speech are of the non-self and are under the influence of an external force. That is it. You see, and then let that Gnan become permanently established in my heart, you see. So that's good. In a Charan Vidhi, that's fine. But it's an independent, separate sentence, and the interference part is a separate 3 times sentence. All right. This you have translated it. It just needs a 3 here,
Yes.
It needs a three.
Donde dice, dame la fuerza para no interferir en el orden natural de las cosas, es una oración separada de la oración anterior y ahí se repite 3 veces, están los factores externos a mí, ahí se repite 3 veces y después comienza la siguiente oración, dame la fuerza para no interferir en el orden natural de las cosas.
Okay, so this one here, there has to be a 3, and you will take care of that, okay? Now,
yes.
This is the next sentence, you see. This sentence here is the critical yes. sentence, and that is, that is meant to be, this sentence is very critically connected, but it is separate in our Charan Vidhi because each one of these sentences have to be said 3 times, you see, because they are so powerful, you see.
Bueno, la opción es para darme la fuerza para no interferir en el orden natural de las cosas, es una parte poderosa que debe ser repetida 3 veces, aparte de lo que del anterior. Es una muy poderosa oración.
Look, if this knowledge that what is coming together and going away in front of me is exact, and it is, and also what is happening inside this one that is identified as Shuddha or Sandra or Christian, even that is under the influence and the governance of some is some other energy, then that is otherwise known as vyavasthit. You see, this is the vyavasthit. This is pure scientific circumstantial evidences coming together, you see.
Yes. Todo lo que viene se disipa y lo que sucede es lo que sucede en lo relativo, que no está bajo el control. Está bajo el control de la energía, que es las evidencias circunstanciales científicos, que es vyavasthit.
See, and this sentence about grant me the energy not to interfere, you see, and this interference has 2 aspects. Interfere, okay. The ko is the initial interference, okay, and the kal is the reaction to the interference, okay. Okay. The kodakal.
Okay. Bueno, en esta oración cuando comienza diciendo dame la energía para no interferir, acá habla de Tako, que es la energía de interferencia, y Dakal es la interferencia inicial.
Yeah, see, this is amazing. Dako dakal, you see, in that which is flowing naturally and happening in front of me, eo soamapura, soyamapura. This is happening to this non-self complex called Shuddha. Okay, in that which is happening, my role is to see that and to be the blissful knower of it only. You see, this is how it is. This is how it is. But by saying this is happening to me, You see, I have just interfered, and that is called the raho. This has happened to me. That is the raho, and then the dakhal is, oh, I don't feel good. Why did they do this, that? You see, so now you have, by entering into it, then all the reactions arise, you see. If I had remained here, then the dakhal, this will not happen, you see.
Mi rol es estar en observador y ser el bienaventurado. Pero nosotros pensamos, empiezan a fluir las circunstancias. Dice, esto me está pasando a mí, eso es esto me está pasando a mí, ¿no? Como desde el enojo. Y esa es la interferencia. Y es como el fluir natural, hay que fluir naturalmente con lo que está sucediendo, y esto le sucede al no ser.
Yeah, in other words, oh my Lord, and you see, because you and I were happily doing whatever you were doing in Argentina and in Spain and Shuddha in US, and all of a sudden, right, boom, in the middle of it, Dada comes in our life, you see, with the Gnani Vidhi, you see, and with this awakening of who am I in all of this, you see, and the awareness, and then we are left with this that is in front of us, and this whole Vidhi is to give us the exact understanding of what happened, and what is in front of us, you see, what is in front of us. Without our interference, this will continue beautifully. You don't need to enter into it. You and I don't need to jump into it.
Esta palabra de edad es cuando algo sucede, es saber observar y saber que esto está pasando enfrente de mí y no interferir. Entonces, como el conocimiento de Dada aparece, y todo esto sigue fluyendo, y sus palabras son que no saltemos a lo que está sucediendo, que no interfiramos, que no nos mezclemos con eso, que nos mantengamos separados.
This and because of our old habits, the old habit, you see, because this is so new what you have received, you see, this thing is so new, the old habits take over, and therefore we enter into it. But that is why the more we understand this magnificent sentence that we have here, the previous sentence, the more we will remain in our blissful state, you see, the more, this is where we are supposed to be. This is where Dada wants us to be, you see. We don't need to unnecessarily swim.
Los viejos hábitos, nosotros todos tenemos viejos hábitos. Estos viejos hábitos nos arrastran a saltar a las situaciones y querer controlarlas o manejarlas. Este conocimiento es un nuevo conocimiento, es el conocimiento del entendimiento. Permite salir y poder ser, sentirnos que somos los bienaventurados, que estamos observando lo que sucede allí afuera.
Remember, this is the awakened one, the one who is no longer Gabriel or Graciela or Maggie or Christiane. This is the awakened one inside who is reciting these phenomenally beautiful words of Gnan, knowledge, you see, knowledge, Gnan, the knowledge of liberation, you see. He recites this sentence, you see. He says, My Lord, I know this is the Gnan. This is the Gnan. This is the knowledge. This is the light.
Y este es el que despertó, el que recita esta oración tan hermosa, tan fenomenal, ¿no? Y este es el conocimiento, este es el Gnan, esta es la luz.
You see? And the next sentence that follows is also highly complementary. You see, and let's go there. We are going to say the next sentence there, and this is also very, very beautiful, and there it is, you see. You see, this
Vamos a la
next...
siguiente oración que es complementaria y también es muy hermosa.
And that is this sentence, you see, this sentence here.
Dame la fuerza para permanecer como el conocedor y el observador.
And that's all. And there should be a 3 there too, you see. There, okay,
La
Patricia?
oración esta también debería de terminar acá y tener un 3 ahí para repetirlo 3 veces hasta decir.
There should be 3. This is an independent sentence, you see. Okay, it is this one here. This is...
Y esta
this,
también.
yeah, this... You see,
Esta oración también es independiente y absolutamente es complementaria y poderosa, y esta se debe repetir también 3 veces.
yeah, you see, this is a 3, so we need this. These are all, this is to make it exactly like it is in the Gujarati Charan Vidhi, okay, the original Charan Vidhi, okay?
Y esto sería para que esté igual que el Charan Vidhi original.
Yeah, so oops. All right, so, and I will give you this sentence here. This is also the 3. So whoever is, in charge of the Charan Vidhi, please tell them. So this is, they can put it in there as a 3. This is an independent sentence, okay? And they, yes, as you understand the meanings, you will see why these are independent sentences, you see. Independent means they stand out.
En el estudio del Charan Vidhi, a medida que lo vamos comprendiendo, nos vamos dando cuenta porque estas oraciones tienen que estar por separado, por todo el conocimiento que traen, son oraciones que resaltan.
If in the original part where, the gross circumstances, the subtle circumstances, and the circumstances of the speech are happening to the non-self called Christian or Evangelina, you see, I need not interfere in them because they are not part of me. They were never part of me. They were never in any life part of me. You see, I, part of I. It was out of ignorance. I believed it was happening to me. You see?
Esto viene reforzando desde el nivel así, que es evidente, sutil, de la palabra, todo eso pertenece al no ser. Entonces, no hay que interferir y no me pertenecen, eso le pertenece a Patricia, no a mi ser.
By believing that they are happening to me, you see, I am back into this life of Patricia, you see. In the last life, I believed this was happening to me. The gross circumstances, the subtle circumstances, or the circumstances of speech, by believing that they were happening to me, you see. Here I am, as a Damian, or as a Maman, or as a Fabiana, right? Oh my Lord, look what a mistake. Now you have awakened me, you see. Now I see that these are of the non-self, not happening to me. This that is in front of me is from past life, not something new. This is not new, you see, and therefore let me not interfere again and get caught up in it. You see, let me not put my finger in that which is happening. Let me not go there again. You see.
El error ahora es ver, o sea, esto no me pasa a mí, esto no es mío, esto viene de una vida pasada. El error era creer que me pasa a mí. Y esto no es nuevo, no tengo que interferir, ni siquiera poner un dedo allí.
Yeah.
Pedir, ¿no? A nada que nos obtenga en este conocimiento de que yo soy alma pura y esto no es mío.
And it is, and he says, केवल देखभाल करवानी शक्ति, करवानी माने शक्ति आपो. And I'm sorry I'm giving you all this Gujaratis, but it's so critical. And it is here, keval. Keval means absolute. Keval means absolute. I want to be the absolute seer. Dekh is to see, and to take care, to see and to observe, you see, to see and observe only, you see. I just give me not only the energies not to interfere, but give me the energies to continue to see and to know in exactness, you see, this, my Lord. So this is very beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, you see.
Keval es absoluto y Dekh es ver y observar. Entonces es pedirle las energías para no interferir y ver lo absoluto, poder ver y observar lo absoluto en exactitud.
The more we focus on this aspect of that which is happening in front of us, you see, these two magnificent terminal sentences of the Charan Vidhi, the more we will be in the exactness of the separation, you see, the separation from everything that is happening in front of us, you see. And the separation is our liberation, you see.
Cuanto más nos enfocamos en lo que pasa, más nos ayuda a mantener la separación.
Yeah, this is the effective moksha. See, this is it. If you can, this is actually that what we have now gone into in the satsang of the second half of today's session, you see, is really the essence of our liberation, you see.
Esto que estuvimos viendo en la segunda parte de este satsang es lo que nos mantiene en la separación y en la liberación.
Every event that arises in front of you, you see, visible, is associated with something that is going on inside, you see. It is like, little droplets of, you put water to boil in a glass jar, you see, and initially you don't see anything happening, and then you see little bubbles happening, and then more bigger bubbles, and then finally there is the boiling of the water, you see. The heat is generated initially below before it starts coming out as steam, you see.
Es como poder observar que se pone un jarro de vidrio con agua a calentar. Y en principio solo vemos el agua, después vemos unas pequeñas burbujas, después mucho más hasta que comienza a hervir y podemos ver el vapor del agua. Y este sería
in our
proceso
sorry, go on, finish. Yeah. In the process,
continue.
in the process of kevod, in the absolute knowing and seeing, kevod dekhbhal, in that in the absolute knowing, seeing of what's happening in this experiment. The experiment is this Patricia complex, you see, is the experiment, you see, and you are the one outside the experiment, you see. You see what is happening. By seeing what is happening inside, you begin to see, you begin to become aware of what's happening on the surface. You see what comes out ultimately. It begins inside. What's happening inside? Sorry, go on.
Mantenerse en el absoluto observador del relativo de Patricia, del complejo de Patricia, puede observar lo que sucede dentro, y esto que sucede dentro después empieza a salir a la superficie y después se vuelve evidente en el exterior.
Yeah, so deep inside, even if you close your eyes, and just sit there, the Samaik begins. It begins by saying the simple surrender. I surrender this mind, this body, and these words, you see, to you, my Lord, and you close your eyes, and the Samaik begins, you see, the seeing begins, and you'll be able to see what's going on. And that is the subtle stuff, you see. It has not formed yet. It has not come together. But it's like the little early bubbles inside the water that is being warmed up, or you see, just little bubbles here and there forming, you see. It really doesn't matter what comes out and what remains below, but you are not part of it, and that is the critical thing, you see. You can see it if you want to see it.
Por ejemplo, cuando entregamos nuestra mente, el cuerpo y el habla, el hacer samai que se entregamos a Dada, podemos observar como cualquier situación sutil que está en nuestro interior, cualquier pequeña burbuja que empiece a formarse, si lo podemos ver, y no importa que salga a la superficie, podemos ver y darnos cuenta que yo no soy parte de ese proceso.
So, shall we leave the rest of the sentences for the next session, Patricia?
As you wish.
Yes, yeah, we will, because they're very beautiful. There is a lot of subtle energy in it, and we will see how it comes out later in the next session. But we are very grateful for this gift of these three major sentences that are there in this terminal portion of our Charan Vidhi, Syrian Parsha.
Acá estamos, dice Shuddha que vamos a dejar esta oración en total agradecimiento por todo
And so
el
with a
gran
lot,
conocimiento que él nos entrega.
yeah, we're going to have, I want Damian, I'm going to put the screen up again, share the screen, and I want Damian to read what we read today. I want him to read.
Daniel, lee vos todo lo que leímos hoy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I want you to,
From here.
you start from the beginning, the O until here, you see, observador, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Oh universalmente adorado y completamente manifestado Sudatma Bhavan. Deja que tu divino satsang more constantemente en mí. Deja que tu divino conocimiento me mantenga alerta y consciente del ser puro a cada instante. Establece en mí el conocimiento de que tanto las circunstancias de tipo grosero como las sutiles, así como las circunstancias del habla, están separadas de mí y que todas ellas dependen de factores externos a mí. Dame la fuerza para no interferir con el orden natural de las cosas. Dame la fuerza para permanecer como el conocedor y el observador.
Thank you. And with that, we take your leave in this satsang. Shall we?
Y con esto terminamos el satsang. Yes.
Highest namaskars to all of you. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai namaskar to you,
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Thank you.
Shuddha Bhagavan.
Jai Sachidanand.
Hey, Sachidanand. ¿Cómo están?
Muy bien, muchas gracias.
Bueno. Besos a todos. Buen fin de. Bye, bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Jai Sachidanand. Thank you, Sthooda. Thank you. Patri. Saludos a todos. Tenemos aquí a Majes. Hoy Majes. Majes. Jai Sachidanand.
¿Quién es? Graciela.